Welcome back to Building Bridges with Suriname with the Caribbean Competition Commission. And Mr. Justice Blackman, I'll come straight to you. In the time the Commission has been established, what challenges have the Commission faced?
The primary challenge the Commission has faced is a matter of funding. It has been almost chronically underfunded from the inception. And annually, it is confronted by challenges to its budget proposals by national governments who often seem to want more for less. Nevertheless, the Commission has accomplished a great deal more than has been recognized or given credit for. We have had a role in the ongoing cement issue, and as we mentioned earlier, contributed to the debate and conversations on banking consolidation across the region. But the absence of adequate funding has negatively impacted staffing, enforcement, and advocacy in the member states, especially those without national competition and consumer protection laws. One of the major hurdles the Commission has is a lack of competition legislation and the national competition authorities in some member states. There's also a need to strengthen the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas with supporting legislation in the region to support the work of the Commission. This includes the development of national and regional merger policies and provisions that will allow the Commission to engage with national sector agencies and regulators during the competition assessments and market investigations. The Commission has been in place now just over 12 years, but in some respects, there's an inadequate recognition of the need to put the resources in place to keep it relevant and in a position to do what governments, particularly the governments in the OECS region, are looking to us to do. That's my take on it. It may appear to be controversial, but the reality is that we have to call it as it is.
Thank you, Mr. Justice Blackman. And I'm sure one of the biggest challenges that the CCC would have faced would have been the COVID-19 pandemic. Tell me how the CCC has weathered this challenge and how it has helped its stakeholders in the region.
COVID, in the view of the Commission, showed the staff of the Commission at its best. Many of the Commission, with the exception of Mr. Headley and Mr. Hippolyte, were obliged to relocate from Suriname to their respective home countries. That notwithstanding, the Commission over the past year has functioned. And I don't want to be offensive in saying so, but it seems to function better out of Suriname than if they were in Suriname, because they were available almost 24/7, particularly the ED, to do the work to make the Commission relevant. So the past year has been exceptionally productive, notwithstanding the pandemic and people working remotely. Against all of those challenges, they did a lot of work, and a lot of productive stuff was done across the region, notwithstanding the pandemic, producing the strategic plan, interfacing with the government, the regional counterparts in CARICOM. I think it would be remiss of me not to take this opportunity to put on record my appreciation and that of my fellow commissioners for the work that they did over the past year. And it was challenging, but that notwithstanding, they stepped up and showed their mettle. And I would like to say a very hearty thank you to them for that work.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Mr. Justice Blackman. And as we close the program today, we want to hear now from the Executive Director in the way forward for the Caribbean Competition Commission.
So just in closing, Senator, I really want to thank you and the team for really having us on your program to really show the relation between CARICOM and the CCC to the relevance of building that bridge between Suriname and the rest of the region. So what is our plan and how do we intend to move forward? For the very first time in the inception of the Commission, we have our first strategic plan. It's 2020 to 2022. And we've identified 3 firm pillars that will guide our work over the next 2 years. We are working closely with our Council on Trade and Economic Development at the CARICOM to reorient the role of the Commission to try and address some of the enforcement challenges at the member state level. So it is anticipated that within the very near future, with the agreement of member states, that those member states who do not have a national competition commission, such as Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago, those other member states who do not have a commission, we will assist the national role with competition investigations. We will continue to provide relevant assistance for consumer protection. We are actively engaging member states in trying to build that competition and consumer culture. We've actually moved all of our training and advocacy to an online forum. So we will try to do in-country mechanisms as funds become available, but really and truly moving with the future, moving to virtual and online training, developing our own certified courses for member states, and really targeting our young consumers, our young competition officers who will be coming up in the industry, and really building that culture so that we can be a region that is stronger in our trade, that is stronger in our consumer welfare, and we can be able to negotiate and trade effectively with the wider regional blocs. So thank you again on behalf of the Commission Secretariat and the Commission for having us speak to Barbados and the world through this forum.
Thank you very much, Executive Director. We want to thank our other guests, the Chairman of the CCC, Mr. Justice Christopher Blackman, and the 2 economists, Mr. Barry Headley, Senior Economist, and Mr. Rommel Hippolyte, Economist. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. See you next time.